All right, welcome back. It's time now for our community update with Appleton Police Chief Todd Thomas. As we mentioned earlier, we want to start with this man, Kyle Larson. He was the guy that was posing as a fake doctor, prescribing medications, running a fake practice out of Appleton. He was in court yesterday, facing 50 years in prisons now on 18 different charges. This is just a bizarre case, right, Chief?
Yeah, this is disturbing. When you hear the stories of what he was doing, prescribing his own medication to other individuals, he had people coming to him with depression issues, and he was providing them with some type of concoction medication. So this was really disturbing. We've had several people come forward. We understand there are probably a lot of other people out there that saw him, but they're probably embarrassed or not comfortable coming forward. I just want to encourage them to give us a call. We will be very compassionate with how we deal with them, and we understand. But we really need to talk to everybody we can to make sure that we have a really good case going forward. Yeah, very, very disturbing.
And this arrest came from someone coming forward, leading to the arrest, correct?
Yeah, this is why we encourage people to call us if you have something that seems unusual. You know, the see something, say something. Is what we talk about, and that was a patient that just realized that this was unusual. His practices were unusual. It's led to what we see now, and the case will keep expanding, I think, as our investigators keep digging.
And what advice would you give to people, because he was running on a cash-only business? So some people look at that as a way to maybe save money if they don't have health insurance, but based on what's happened, what would you suggest to the public?
That's really being a predator. It's taking advantage of people. You know, anything unusual, especially in your medical care, you get a sense of something unusual happening or unique, ask questions, ask them, and then give us a call if you have further concerns, and we'll look into it. It's better to ask and verify than to have something like this happen.
And we'll be following this case and keep you posted with any new developments that may arise from it. So you're asking the community to help with your strategic plans. So why don't you tell us what you're asking from the community there?
Yeah, you will see something on our Facebook page probably in the next week or so. We are going to put out a survey that community members can take, and we are asking for their input on what do they think are our biggest issues in the city of Appleton, and what would they like us to focus our attention on. We will use our survey from last year, our scientific survey. We'll also ask our employees before we put the strategic plan together. But really is going to be our guide going forward and setting our goals for next year.
All right, so be sure to take part in that to see what you would like to see from the Appleton Police Department. You also received a $25,000 grant yesterday for these checkups from the neck up. So this is really for the mental health of your officers. Tell us what it's all about.
Sure, this is strengthening our mental fitness. Law enforcement, obviously, we know has been challenged and continues to be challenged. Some of the secondary trauma our officers feel, their families feel, and their children feel, wears on people, wears on you as an employee. So we applied for this grant, $25,000 from the International Association for Clear Thinking. Very happy to receive this. What it's going to do is allow us to have every one of our employees sit down confidentially for an hour with a professional counselor that we have contracted with and that our employees are already familiar with, to talk about whatever they want to talk about. They'll do a quick assessment for our counselor, and then she'll use that to talk to them and give them tips and tools on how to be a better person, better employee, but happier, healthier, and you know, hopefully better father, mother, son, daughter, parent.
And a lot of times, you know, these officers put their lives on the line. They see some of the most traumatic situations that we can't even imagine. So bringing that back home, you have to think of how that plays a role. So hopefully this grant helps strengthening their mental health within the Appleton Police Department. Chief Todd Thomas with his community update. We appreciate the time as always. Chad's here. He's got a check on the forecast coming up next on Local 5 this morning.